As I was opening the mail, I was so excited because I got a Valentine's Day card from my dog, Daisy. And so the cover says, I love you. And when you open it up, it says this much. Happy Valentine's Day, Daisy. I will tell you there's nothing better than getting a Valentine's Day card from your dog, because the reality is I love getting Valentine's Day cards. I love being loved. And that's very much the message today. As we love being loved, we're called to love others. As we heard in the first reading from the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 18, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. As you love being loved, we are called to proclaim the love and love others. You see, I love days like Valentine's Day. Oh, I know they've been commercialized, but you see, sometimes people need a reminder to say that they love someone to the person that they love. They need a special day to give them a reason to tell the person they love, I love you. And it works. I made the mistake of needing to buy bananas on the afternoon of Valentine's Day. And I will be honest, don't ever go into the supermarket on Valentine's Day. The lines were almost to the back of the store with guys with supermarket flowers in their hands. You know, they had to get some flowers for those that they loved, didn't they? Hey, it works. It works. So I personally love to send Valentine's Day cards. I love to let the people know that I love them. But even if you don't have to send Valentine's Day cards, you still need to let them know in your own way that you love them. So I think it's good to send Valentine's Day cards to those that we love. Now, in listening to today's gospel, though, Jesus is kind of telling us that we also need to send Valentine's Day cards to our enemies. So, how many of you out there sent Valentine's Day cards to your enemies this year? I didn't even do that. I love this. I'm making Susie Durkins a Valentine. She's a cutie, all right. See, I made a big red heart. Now I'm putting lace around it. That's very sweet. I'm sure she'll like it. Susie, I hate you. Drop dead. Calvin. All right, that's not the kind of Valentine's Day card I'm encouraging you to send out, okay? That's not the kind of Valentine's Day card I'm encouraging you to send out. And yet, think about it. In some way, isn't that what Jesus Gospel in Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, when he says, I say to you, love your enemies? Because the reality is, he also says in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5, verse 46, why should God reward you if you love only the people who love you? Even tax collectors do that. You see, the reality is if we only love those people who love us, we have just limited the amount of love in our life, haven't we? If we only love those who love us, we set a limit on love. But what if we start expanding our circle of love? Could that provide a greater love in return? I like that I had this great email exchange with our parishioner over this very topic. Because what she was sharing to me is how her life changed when she started saying, I love you, to more people than just those people who loved her. That it opened up love where there hadn't been love before. And I shared that that's the same thing I discovered. That in the past, I was very stingy with saying, I love you. even with the people that I love, because some people that I love, they're not always lovable at that particular moment. But I love them. So even if they're difficult to love at the moment, or they're a challenge to love, that love remains. And so if we start sharing our love with a bigger circle of people, even people that are challenging to love, we're increasing the amount of love in this world. So, maybe next Valentine's Day we need to advocate sending Valentines to our enemies. And you think, oh no, come on. That's foolish. Well, St. Paul said in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 18, if anyone among you considers themselves wise in this age, let them become a fool, so as to become wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness in the eyes of God. The wisdom of this world, where we define who we love and who's our enemy, that's foolishness in the eyes of God, because who does God love? Everyone. For God is love. And so when we're sharing love, we're sharing what God has freely shared with us, with others. And so, who do you love? And how do you show them that you love them? And who do you need to love? And how can you show them that you love them? Let us increase the number of people that we share love with in our lives, because the reality is, I love getting Valentine's Day cards like this. And so the love that I love to receive, I'm now going to share with others so that they could receive love too. Let us all share this love with others.